everybody. Welcome back to the Royal Read. I am so glad you decided to stop by and see what I am reading on. But before we get started, you know what I'm going to say. Look right down there. You see that settings? You see the settings? Go in there and subscribe if you hadn't subscribed. What are you waiting on? And while you're in there, hit the notification bell so you'll know when I upload or I just decide to pop up. And give me a thumbs up to fight that unrelenting beast of an algorithm that always has me by my neck. I would appreciate it. All right, let's get to the read. When I was putting together to read today, I really got to thinking about what Prince Harry said in the documentary Tabloids on Trial. And I made a podcast about that. That was my last podcast about him saying that he refused to bring Meghan back to the UK because of all the hate that is spewed by the tabloids. And one lone person will act on that by a knife or acid attack or anything like that. And he said that it was still a danger. And he's right. But that really got me to thinking, is it just the tabloids or does GB News, Talk TV, and Good Morning Britain play their role in this hate smear um, orchestrated hate campaign? And I would say yes. Now, the read has pretty much stuck to articles, pushing back on articles, pushing back on so-called royal expert writing nonsense like Tom Sykes and Tom Quinn and Jack Royston, that bunch. And anybody else that writes a nonsense article, I'll push back on. But then I got to thinking about GB News and all of them. Now, some squatties do push back on them. I see it. But I have not been in that fight. But I am jumping in this fight right now to push back on that. We need as many voices as we can to push back on Nana and that bunch over there. Angela Levin. And I don't know. I think his name is Kevin O'Sullivan or something like that. The one that just get all heated up in his hatred while he's spewing all of that nonsense on Meghan. He's on Talk TV. So I said, I'm going to add my voice to this. So I went over to look and see what was going on that side. And I ran into a segment. Nana Okoye, however you pronounce her name, she was hosting and she was talking to, they talk to each other, Maureen Callahan. Now, if that name sounds familiar, she also writes for the Fail. And she writes all kinds of hateful lies and nonsense about Harry and Meghan and other celebrities too. She doesn't like anybody. She must be the most miserable human being in the world. And if you see her live, you'll understand why. She looks like a sack with dark eye makeup on. But I digress. That segment inspired me to do this podcast. And the name of this podcast is Why So-Called Experts Don't Want Meghan to Have Nice Things. why it seems to hurt their feelings and trigger them if Meghan is seen with nice things. I watched this segment. It was 10 minutes and 33 seconds of nothing but spewing hate and trying to motivate jealousy towards Meghan while elevating Kate. It started out talking about how Kate was just just the epitome of grace and elegance and class, and how Americans was so in awe of her because how she has handled her cancer diagnosis, and she hadn't been moaning about it and just has gotten on with it. That's what Maureen Callahan said that Americans think. And she knows that's a bald-faced lie. Half of America don't even know who Kate is, or William, or Charles, or Camilla. Then you take half of the half that's left, half of that could care less about them. They know who they are, but they could care less about them. And then when you left with 1/4 of Americans who know who they are and actually care, you have squatties and you have haters, and you have to divide between it. So it's just a sliver of the population that thinks highly of Kate. I don't even think Meghan haters think highly of Kate. They just hate Meghan. But I digress. She knows that Americans don't think like that. We don't play people against the other. We either like you or we don't. We either ride with you or we don't. And like Kim Kardashian, some people love her, some people hate her, but it's no channels devoted to hating on Kim Kardashian. Do she get roasted sometime on Instagram or Twitter? Yes. But people do that and go on about their lives. They don't devote their lives and create YouTube channels just to hate on Kim Kardashian. The people who like her buy what she's selling. The people who don't. And that's it. And how this woman was talking about how Meghan is losing influence, and that Meghan is not liked by Americans is a bald-faced lie, as big a lie as the one she told about Kate. Americans, they like you or they don't bother with you. Now, it's plenty of people who love Beyonce and buy everything Beyonce is selling. Her concert tickets be sold out. But then it's people like me who don't care either way that go on to Costco's while Beyonce is playing the stadium. But I don't create a channel or anything like that to say negative things about Beyonce. The poll that's most important in America is if you are a private person but doing public things like Beyonce, if people are buying what you're selling, if you're successful in selling enough product to be rich. And that's it. It is not like Great Britain. We don't poll Harry and Meghan like y'all poll those people over there. We just let them live their lives. And when they pop up, if we are fans, we like, yes, and we ride with them. When Meghan put stuff on that, her her website, you know, American Riviera Orchard, I'm gonna be on that buying. Why? Because I ride with Megan. But the people who don't ride with her won't pay no attention, but they're not gonna create hate against her. It's just a few trolls, hags, jealous old witches who feel that Megan does not deserve the life that she has earned, have a problem with Megan. These people sit on this 10-minute and 33-second segment trashing Megan, envying her lifestyle, pretty much saying that she doesn't deserve it and can't afford it. Example: Maureen Callahan said that Megan had on a $1,700 Cartier necklace. And because of the economy here in America, she said, she just really can't read the room. People don't like that extravagance. And so she cannot read the room. And she's walking around with a $1,700 necklace. She just don't get it. You just don't get it. Here in America, we revere success. When someone is walking around with a $1,700 Cartier necklace, we say, you go, girl. Especially if you worked hard and bought it. You weren't grifting off the taxpayers to get it. Kate walks around with diamonds dripping off of her, grifting off the taxpayer. Nothing said, but Megan wears a $1,700 Cartier necklace that she worked hard to get. And you got a problem with it. They talked about Megan's house. And I was like, why? Why does these people always on Megan about her lifestyle? Why do they not feel Megan deserves nice things? They talked about the price that it must cost to clean her pools and keep up the grounds at her house. Nana said because Harry is getting an inheritance when he turns 40 from his Gan, I'm sure that money came just in time because with their lifestyle, they're burning through money. That's what she said. They can't keep that lifestyle up long. And then they even talked about how Netflix paid them. They didn't get all that money up front. That lifestyle, they soon gonna lose all that stuff. Wishful thinking. Wishful thinking. They showing themselves. Talked about Megan's bedroom and how her and Harry really can't afford the things that they have. Well, let me give you a little insight, Nana and Maureen. One of Megan's mentors is Melanie Hobson. Melanie Hobson is one of the most successful investors in America. She has ownership in NFL teams. She sits on the board of Starbucks. She has her own investment company. And she's very good at what she does. That's Megan's mentor. Her husband is George Lucas, who invented Star Wars, who created Star Wars. Meghan is not hanging around people at the pub. Meghan is hanging around people who know how to create wealth. That's who Harry is hanging around with. Better Up is an over what $2 billion company that was created. Harry is hanging around people who know how to get money to put in their pockets. And when that money gets in their pockets, they are around people who know how to keep money in their pockets. They know how to grow the money in their pockets. So don't worry if they're going to keep their house or not. Don't worry about their lifestyle because your lifestyle will go away before theirs. Meghan is not a fool. Never have been, never will be. They talked about some German TV show is supposed to be doing they heard that some German television company or agency or somebody is supposed to be doing some kind of documentary on Meghan about all her secrets. What secrets would they be? The ones that all the tabloid media hadn't been able to dredge up. Do you honestly think that Meghan has any secrets left that the tabloid media hadn't raked through her garbage and everywhere to try to find something on her? What is a German TV company going to find that the Daily failed to find? I think Meghan can sleep easy on that, but they were speculating about that. They was. Then they start speculating about her cooking show and talking about how nobody would watch it. Yeah, speculating about that and talking about if it's and it's supposed to be cooking and friendship, and if she got to have friendship, what she know about friendship? Well, she know a lot about friendship. Meghan has friends that she has had since college and even before. Tell me somebody who hang on to a friend who betrays you. Tell who I have friends that we have just grown apart and went in different directions and lost contact with each other. But yet and still somehow Meghan has to hold on to every friend she has ever had. And if she doesn't, she is not somehow a horrible person. This is what these people were talking about on this segment. And basically, I think they could have just not even talked about anything and talked about the truth of how they are just jealous, old, ugly bitches who feel that Meghan does not deserve her lifestyle. That Meghan somehow triggers something in them that makes them feel bad when they see her with her Cartier necklace on. Now, Nana is an enabler. She is, and I'm going to try to be nice. I don't know how to be nice when it comes to this situation. But Nana is a self hater. She hates, my opinion, she hates who she is. And she wish she was different. She wish she was like Meghan. That's why she chooses to dress like Meghan and wear all those awful wigs, styled like Meghan. Megan's hair went lighter brown, and our dog Nana didn't have on a lighter brown wig with a part in it about this wide. I don't know who does Nana's wigs, but I got a feeling it's her. That's who Nana is. This Maureen character, my opinion, is all about racism and her feelings that a woman of color, of African descent, should not have what Meghan has. She was not supposed to marry the prince. She was not supposed to have the big house. She is not supposed to have the purse with the Duchess of Sussex embroidered on it. Princess Diana's purse that's named after her, Lady Di. She's not supposed to have that purse. She's not supposed to have Princess Diana's watch. It was supposed to be somebody like Kate, a mediocre, someone whose intellect is so low that they cannot string together three sentences without tripping because that person is not threatening to them. And they look like them, so they think that they're more deserving. Let's just call it like it is. These old, racist, ugly hags like Big Tooth, formerly known as Little Teeth or Gumby, Pie Face, Taz, Yankee Wally, who looked like a walrus, are all jealous because a woman of African descent has something that they feel she shouldn't have. And they hate her for it. And then they found out that they could make money spewing their hatred that's triggered in them when they see her have something expensive. Megan's house, Megan's jewelry, Megan's husband, Megan's children triggers the heck out of these people. And it's all comes down to racism. And Nana is an enabler because she's jealous. And then they get on there and they talk about some German company or Megan is not able to have friends and nobody's going to watch this and that and how much it takes to clean her pool and they can't afford it because it makes them feel better. Because if they would just accept that Megan has what she has because she's worked hard for it and the man that she has because he loves her, they wouldn't be able to handle it. It makes them feel too bad. But all I can say is the only thing I wish they would do, they say that they believe that Meghan and Harry cannot afford their lifestyle and eventually is going to go bankrupt. All I can say is if you truly, truly believe that, you haters and you trolls and you hags, if you really, 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 really believe that, hold your breath until they do. Do us all a favor. Do that. Because I got a feeling that if you did that, our problem would be solved. And we can all go about our lives enjoying our faves and watching the kids grow up because you will not be around. And that's the way I feel about that. See y'all next time. Bye.